come post it in your thing, and I completely forgot, and I feel so bad. It's okay. It's okay. I stumble all over the place. So let me know what colors you think are good. If you need to see them again, I'm totally up for doing that. Oh, and I also have a bunch of different... Oh, hold on. We can do a plastic nose, or just leave it without the nose, or ISO on a different kind of nose. Alrighty. I see a lot of people. Rabbit fabric. I was reading velvet at the same time. What am I doing? I was only going to get the vest. I don't need the vest pattern. I started cutting them out and then I didn't finish because I realized I didn't need to make a vest. Alrighty. These are the arms. The body. I have made a whole teddy bear in one day before, but it's kind of a sad story. Hold on, where's the face? That's back, legs, gusset. Okay, head, back, ears, body, arms. I am missing the head. Aha! I knew it. I knew it. See, it's always good to make sure you have every piece of the pattern that you need, whether it be a beginner pattern or an expert pattern, and to double check them. With the really old ones, they came with instructions in case you need to know how to sew them. I just want to show you the really old little graphic. Oh, this way. Look at them. They sit and they are cute. I haven't gotten to make teddy bears in a long while. Oh wait, I should leave this out so I could show you guys. Besides just explaining it, because I like the little graphics they do. Alright. So we're saying rabbit. Okay, since we're doing the rabbit fabric, what would be the alternate one for the paw pads? For the little round piece that goes right there. Or, you know, actually put paw pads on them. Like this. It takes a little bit longer. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, I also have buttons, so we can do button eyes. I completely forgot about that. Let's have that sit there. Completely forgot I had button eyes. Hey, Sam. It's really nice of you to tune in. I feel really excited about this, but I'm also like, I feel unsure. Okay, everyone's saying rabbit, so I could throw everything else off to the side. We will use the rabbit fabric. Doot. And just yeet it off to the side. Okay. So, the cool thing is, I have a sewing table. And this sewing table is able to expand itself. So, I move this off to the side. So many wires and things all over. Okay. It is now super duper long. Let's see if I can show it. Super long table now. Okay. And it's really awesome because after I make it steady, I can extend my fabric out, and I have more space, and when I don't need it, I can just put this part away, fold it back up, and it's more compact. And I really enjoy it. It was a gift. And oh no, everything is flying. It's okay. It's fine. That's why they're made that way. To be torn and fly all over the place. I think you're supposed to move them onto your own different kind of fabric thing. Okay, anyway, when you are sewing, let me explain, sorry. Get back on track. When you are going to sew, you want to use the wrong side of the fabric, which is the inside of it. The inside of this fabric is black. I need to stop doing that, they're flying. Okay, let me move this more this way. Okay. You want to use the wrong side of the fabric. Ah! I'm not learning. Okay, I will set all of these on top of my mouse. Gotta learn to use the wrong side of the fabric. And the most important thing is making sure that the pile, whether it's minky or faux fur, you have to make sure it is going the same direction whenever you trace. So let's use this little ear. Oh, actually that's the worst example. Okay, this is the gusset. This is the part in the face that goes like that on the nose. It's got arrows on it, and when making your own patterns, hold on. Ha! It's better. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier, and I can actually see more. Okay. The arrows point in the direction that you need it to go. If you're going to have all of them go one way, then they all have to go one direction, otherwise it will feel really rough and it'll look like the fur is floating all over in a place where it doesn't need to go. And that's why it's super important to know which direction you're going to go. The fur pile is going down on both sides, so that is what we are going to do. I fold it in half because it makes it easier for some pieces that require doubles. I apologize for that. And you are going to want to either use, since the background is black, white utensils. Okay, there you go. I've got a white charcoal pen, pencil, a white soluble marking pencil, or a jelly roll pen, which is white. And I use it for my artwork too, but I also found out it works really good with minky and dark colored things. Okay. We are going to start with first setting out all your pattern that you need. If it says cut to on it, then you are, when it's folded, you are okay to trace one and then sew it where you need to. So that way you can actually make the process faster. Oh yeah, we're doing different color for the poppets. And make sure that it's following with the pile. Okay. Since it's going this way, the body will be going down. So you need to go this way. You have to kind of visualize it in a 3D sense way, but it's not that difficult. And as I was saying earlier, there are some instructions in pre-made patterns or very simple things to follow online. But if you ever have any trouble and you bought the pattern from a person, it's all right to contact them and ask them for assistance and help in making sure it is right. So for the arms, because you have the right arm, which looks like the left here, and the left arm, you're going to be cutting two, so one side here and one side there. So you're going to have one this way and one that way. So when you're putting the pattern, you're going to have one and then you're going to flip it over, so that way you can have both of them to be completed. The same goes with the legs. You're going to have one go one way and one go the other way. Let me, okay, here it is. And now it's just going to be quiet for just a little bit, unless you guys have any questions. I'm so sorry, it's weird, awkwardly cut out. Okay, there you go. If you guys have any more questions about making plush, the process, stories with plush, all that kind of thing, I am up for answering questions. The process. I do costume making as well, but I started off with making plush first, and I feel like that helped me be able to I feel like that helped me be able to make costumes much more efficiently, because I already have a basic understanding of pattern and pattern making. And make sure this is writing. And it allows me to understand costume making much more faster. Even though it is still has, I think at times it can be much more difficult depending on the design of the character. Is this marking? I think I might have to go the charcoal route. This is why it's also a good idea to have multiple. Nope, charcoal does absolutely nothing. Multiple utensils. I will stay with this one. Gator teaches essential sewing skills. I would like to one day have a top-down camera where you see your hands and what you do, and teach people, you know, really basic things like how to ladder stitch, which is, I think it's one of the most essential sewing techniques versus just, I guess, the regular in-out kind of thing, because it's able to help you close holes and I guess fix things that look like they're broken, or not broken, torn. I'm so sorry. I haven't done a live stream in a long time, and I miss it, and it just comes so naturally to me too. I just talk all the time. Like when I play video games, I'm a person who just talks while I play video games, even though there's no one watching. Like, I'll be so into it, and I just give dialogue, and it comes naturally to me, which I understand can be tough for some individuals who are just starting or might have difficulties initiating conversations. But I'm really glad to do this. This is going to be the kind of slow part. I had usually my sewing machine is on top of here. Stop moving. Usually my sewing machine is on top of here, but for today, since I'm making a bunch of stuff, I'm able to carry it with the handle, which I think is super handy, and just put it on the floor or in its case. But since I'm going to be using it, it doesn't need to go in its case. Oh yeah. For plushies, I think almost every plush maker has to sew it, the last parts or some bits by hand. There's always some sort of hand sewing that is involved when making custom plush, like whether it's just doing the last, sewing up the last hole or any holes that appear with the ladder stitch, and it's so satisfying to watch it be closed. I'm gonna try and have the camera where I can show you guys how that ladder stitch works, because it is so nice to see. Or if you're doing embroidery like on the nose, or if we do paw pads, we sewing on the paw pads. Some people have embroidery machines, which I think are really cool and awesome. Okay, we are done with this one. Some people have embroidery machines which are able to use satin thread, I believe, or embroidery thread, and it is able to help you add more accents onto your plush and make it look more professionally done. Hey yo. Hello, cat. Okay. Learning to sew it close would be fun. That's what Melon Pond says. I want to learn how to sew clothes. I remember when I was making Jasmine, the very first bear, there she is. I wanted to make her some clothes, but I had absolutely no experience in making clothes. I just understood plush because I was making little things out of felt before then, and trying to figure out how to do them. For one of the first things I made was I made a bunch of dittos and love discs for during high school. I think it was during my first year of high school or second year. I made a bunch of dittos and loves discs, and I was like, well, it should be easy. You just draw it out, and then you trace it and sew it, and that's basically what it was. And I made them, and I sold them during Valentine's Day, and I made so many of them, but I wasn't very educated, I guess, so you could kind of see the thread through them. I think I was practicing on a tiny sewing machine, and I painted on the eyes and the mouths. I remember I did that with acrylic paint. So if anyone still has one of those, I'd be super surprised. They were made out of fleece, which is an affordable, a very affordable fabric to use if you're brand new to plush making, or you want to practice doing stuff. Clothes. Back to clothes. I want to try making clothes one day. I know most people start off with cosplays, but hold on. There's 2 heads, but I can't sew this. Okay, so I just have to trace 2 of these. Okay. I still have not learned how to sew clothes. I can fix clothes. I can mend things. I remember my brother-in-law, he wanted me to fix his army uniform, so I did help with that bit. But because that material is so tough, I had to use a really thick needle, and I was sewing it by hand, and it hurt quite a lot. Live streaming. Okay. Hand sew. Okay, yeah, I talked about the hand sewing. Okay. This one, please just stop. What do you need, kitty? What's up? She's just looking at me. Like, you used the table. Wow. It's like a whole new adventure for her every single time. Anytime you move something in the room, or just make it look different, she'll go exploring. Like, this is all new. I'm like, it's the same room, cat. Okay, so I've got one side of the head. No, I was going to tilt the pattern, but you don't want to do that because then it'll make the way it looks look all wonky and sideways. So you have to keep it straight and going down. I think if we're going to do different colors for the paw pads, we could also do it for the inside of the ear as well as a nice little accent. So, did we want to make it, let's show you the color of this again. It's a nice gray, and it's very shiny, or sheen. It's got a nice sheen to it. No, stay down. She wants to jump on. Okay, at the body, legs. She's fine. Okay, I guess I'll go across, so that way I can still keep a good section of fabric. What are you doing, kitty cat? Okay. Awesome. Okay, I have body. I need one more head right here, and I can. I think that's it. Something that's really important when you are. I'm not sure if it can show here. If I probably do my flashlight, it probably will. There you go. You can see the lines. Thing that's really important is knowing if your pattern has what's called seam allowance, which are the little dots all around. Seam allowance is important because that is where you are going to be sewing along the lines. I like to, where is it? I like to sew right outside the lines as I go. Not here, but I like to sew right outside the lines. So, either sew right outside the lines or right on the line, because this one already has seam allowance. But if your pattern does not have seam allowance, you have to include that yourself. It's usually about a centimeter or two, or like, I guess your pinky's width. That's a good thing or example. Sorry, stumbling over my words. Just a little bit. Recently, from Mindy, I threw out my old fursuit head I made about 5 years ago, since I know I can do better now with new knowledge, and I never finished it, so it wasn't a big loss. Yeah, I think it's important that, like Mindy was saying, you keep on to the things that, hold on, an ear, we'll go that way, okay. It's good to hold on to things that you made that were old, so you can see how much progress you have made when it comes to artwork or actual pieces. Like Jasmine there, she's really old. I just kind of sewed on her arms, so let me show you. Very, very wonkily. I did get some clothes for her just to cover it, but they're not attached at all. They just kind of do this, and I wonder, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I can already see all the thread coming off on there, and the legs kind of don't let her sit down correctly. And it was my first time trying to embroider a nose, so it just looks like she's got a weird round little thing there made of string. But I really enjoy her, and it helps me remember just how far I've come in understanding and learning about the process. Because all this stuff, I wasn't taught how to sew. I just kind of taught myself. There you go, self-taught. That's the word I was looking for. Just like with artwork, I wasn't taught per se how to draw correctly. I had to do a lot of research and learn by myself. I already had a good understanding of color theory. It just made sense to me. And the same comes with animation. I remember there was this thing called Flipnote Studio. And the 3 is. Hold on, Kitty wants to go outside. Look at this cat. Look at her. She bothers me sometimes, but I love her today. She will throw herself at the door continuously in the morning, demanding food. And I'm like, why are you like this, cat? I think what she does is she gets herself, she goes like, ugh, but on the outside of the door. Because she sleeps outside because the litter box and stuff is outside. And when I say outside, I mean just not in this room. So I don't know why this cat does this. No one taught her. There we go. No one taught her how to do it. She just learned it by herself. If I do this thing, I will get people's attention and they will feed me. So I guess turning around and using that. There are people who are willing to teach you, and there are lots of courses online, which is really good. I didn't even know that they were available. Or that I had the ability to do more research into this stuff. I just learned by trial and error, which is, I think, how people start off anyway whenever they go into some sort of creative process, whether it be artwork, traditional, digital, animation, illustration, creating merch, cooking, dancing, music, so much stuff. The arts are like my favorite thing. There's so much that goes into it, that I think people don't understand how essential art is. Architecture, for crying out loud, is an art form of its own. Having to not only understand buildings and materials and costs and etc., but also knowing how the building will work and what it can do and the size, and visualizing that in an area that doesn't have anything is also super intriguing, and I think people don't understand how much art is around them. From even just your table, that there can be plain simple tables, or very beautifully designed, hand carved, or chainsaw carved tables, each one having a practical use, but it is artwork. It's a form of art, and you pay people for that service. Just like cooking food, these people made such a good food. I'm thinking about a fast food restaurant. I'm not even thinking of a particular one, just fast food. They made their recipe so good and have it be able to be marketable, that in of itself is a piece of artwork. Okay, got one arm. I just need the other arm. We're almost done tracing. Yay! Okay. I need the other ear. Oh wait, hold on. Yep, I need 2 ears, because it says cut 4. So I'll just sew along this line, sew along there. Oh wait, no. Hold on. We're going to do a different color for the ears, so never mind. I'll just pin them, cut them out, and then we'll have the other one. Ow! I'm okay. My hiccups hurt me, but it's normal. For me, is what I mean. It's normal for me. I don't think it's normal for other people. Their hiccups hurt them. Okay. Just need to double check. You know what? I forgot Facebook and Instagram. How do I show it for Instagram? Maybe I'll just show a picture of this. Running social media is difficult. I think that's why people have social media managers. It's really hard on your own. Okay. Okay, what was I saying? Social media managers. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. I am lost. The train was going and it just came to a complete halt. It might have crashed. I'm not sure. I hope it didn't crash. The people need to be okay. This metaphorical train in my mind. I'm laughing at it, at my own stupid thing. I apologize. That's fine. Arms are done. Mindy says, that's how I learn a lot of things. I'm a self-learner, and I usually do research before I do it. I forget there is lag with stream. Every time you stream, there's always going to be latency. I think that's what it's called. Actually, I'm not almost done. I need to trace the other leg over here. Okay. Oh, I remember. Okay, teddy bears. Okay. Social media. Sorry, I'm speaking out loud what I was thinking. So what happened is, I don't know why I cannot post the yellow and blue teddy bears on my Etsy. I've been trying since last night, and it wasn't working, and I was getting so frustrated. So I spent a very long time trying to fix my website too, because for some reason, something that was $10 was showing up as like $35. And I was like, why is this happening? that's not right. And then I was also updating all the examples for my friend. They used to go by Square Pup, but their name is Roxanne now. Their online moniker name, artist name is now Roxanne Hartley. And I was also getting all those examples so that way we can be able to have updated examples for commissions in case anyone submits a form through the website. No, I still need another one. And I was getting frustrated because I couldn't upload the teddy bears to be for sale. And I was trying again today, right before this live stream. I was trying to upload the teddy bears. Just one. So one has a yellow nose, the other one has a blue nose. And the blue nose, I was like, I'm gonna collect cold nose because it looks like it's got a cold nose. And so I was trying to upload the one with the yellow one. I called it gold nose, just as a silly thing, and it wasn't letting me do it, and I don't understand why. All my fees are paid off, my listings are fine. It just would not let me do it today. And since I'm part of the online convention, I need my stuff up for sale. So I'll probably try one more time after this live stream to see what's going on. And if that doesn't work, I'll just post it on my website. And I was able to fix all of the prices on there, but I had to also delete a lot of sizes. I had to go from like small, medium, large. Actually, I have mini prints, but I just called them small. So mini, like this small, like little cards of prints. Then a medium size, which is half the page, and then the regular full size 8 by 5 by 11 printer page. But I wasn't able to have all the different size options for some reason through the online website thing, the plugin extension. So I had to go in and delete all the large and medium sizes, which was also really saddening. So now all I have are the mini prints up for sale on there. I'm almost done. I'm making sure everything is evenly spaced out and looks good after I trace it, going back if I need to with the pattern if I see any place that I left blank by accident, or if I can't really see the marking I did. Whenever you are going to be marking on the fabric, you're going to use something that you do not want to leak through when you use it. You don't want it to, like, say this is white and I'm using a black pen. That will show when you wash it. It will seep through the fabric and can ruin your whatever you made. So that's why they made water soluble pencils. I think there's pens too. I'm not sure they're water soluble, but I have seen pens, marking pens for sewing, where after you get it done, after you have everything traced out and you cut out the pieces, you can actually iron the ink away, which is so interesting. I haven't gotten to try it yet, but like, how do you create something like that? Someone saw the need. They're like, I wish this pen marking would go away. But, or like, I like, sorry, let me redo it. I like using pens, and I like using them whenever I have to mark. But the thing won't go away whenever I finish marking. What can I do to fix that? It probably was a common issue too between makers of clothes and plush and etc. The last piece. Wow. Okay. And they made that, and it's really cool. Just like the water soluble pencils, they come in black and white. Oh, there's also chalk you can use, and it can stay on the fabric, and it'll just poof away, I guess, or wash out more easier. But the reason why I'm using this white pen is it stays, it's not going to seep through, it's not going to ruin the fabric. Afterwards, I found out that this pen is so much more better on Minky. When trying to trace the pattern onto Minky, this pen works super smooth. The reason why I'm going back and forth on this one is because since this is fur, the backing has a bunch of little what is it called? Divots, I guess, in it, because it's sewn that way. Hold on, something's off. It's right here. I found it. Also, I like to do the first layer light, so if I do mess up like this, I can go back on it, the line I need, in a darker, again, another go over. There you go. I did not post it to Facebook. No! Okay. My phone is frozen. Did I do the thing? Wait, maybe I did. I have to check real quick. No, just reshare it. Alrighty. So sorry about that. I've been trying to get people to watch the live stream. The more people, the more, I guess, crazy the bear will turn out. I don't really want it to, but at the same time, I do want it to. Oh! Mindy liked one of my pictures for a plush I was making. It was going to be a pre-made plush I was going to be having ready for foie. It's all in this bag, actually. It's going to be a, I guess, Halloween-y, October themed dog. So I got my hands on a vintage dog pattern. And all my patterns I got for like teddy bears and things like that, unless I state otherwise, I find them at thrift shops in the sewing section. Super fun, and I can get them for like $1-ish. There's gonna be a big doggo. Look at, it's got candy corn leggies, and then really cool stripes. And he's gonna be, they're gonna be a big boy, pretty big. They're gonna lay down like that on the not floor, on the table, and they were gonna be there. But since I was like, oh, the con got canceled, I won't work on it anymore. But Mindy liked this thing. I would take all the pieces out. That's the tail. All those individual pieces I have to hand sew, and I've been hand sewing the little paw parts too, because it's stripes. Things that are more intricate require more time, more dedication and patience. And I got lost. What happened? I closed the YouTube. That's what happened. I closed the YouTube. And you have to make sure that it will come out correctly. Otherwise, you're going to have a piece of the arm one higher than the other. And one of the costumes I'm making, it's using Minky fabric, which is this. I just saw it fell out. It's really smooth, soft to the touch. It is a high quality plush making product. No, I didn't learn. Okay. This time they stayed together. And I'm using it for a costume, but the character that I'm doing the costume for has really intricate marking. So I've been spending a long time hand sewing everything and double checking, like measuring and pinning them And also, oh, I need this in the ear. I'm trying them on to make sure that everything is okay when I get the end product. I can bring it out just as a small break. Oh, thank you so much, Sam. I will let you know when the recording is here. And thank you for tuning in. I know you were excited for the eyes. Let me know how many eyes you wanted to put on the bear, or you think would be good for the bear. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, the Square mentioned that I made a bunch of plush potatoes one day as a gift to, at that time, he was my fiance, to my fiance, just randomly. I'm like, I have all this brown fabric. I don't need it. I'm gonna make a bunch of potatoes. Just spent a day making potatoes with the sewing machine. It's really easy. You just draw a little squiggly bean shape with the potato and then sew it and cut it out, stuff it. It's done. I think I still had potatoes when I went to go visit. Okay. These two. Hold on. No, I have to trace the other ear since I am cutting these out individually. I remember now. Excuse me, Pin. What are you doing? Okay. Now the next step that I think is really important. Some people don't like to do it. I think it's pretty important to do. Is pin your fabric together. Make sure that it will not slide out of the way, and that it will stay stable. Because if it moves while you're sewing, it's going to look off and wonky. Or you might have to go back with your seam ripper, which I will show you in a second after I pin this. And it takes more time out of the process for doing it. Also, it's important to have a specific set of scissors used only for fabric cutting, because they need to be really sharp and able to cut their stuff. Here it is. This is a seam ripper. Dude. A seam ripper is what you use when you need to undo the seam. Oh, you can't really see it because I'm seeing it. To undo the seam that you either just sewed or that someone else has sewn. What is going on? Oops, I am so sorry. Okay, so the chat is good. Because sometimes it won't show me the things through YouTube, since I'm doing it through YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so I can see both chats. Which I used to have trouble with all the time in Texas. I'm like, why is it not working? I know people are commenting. Or it would only stream to one channel and not the other. Or because I wanted to stream to two channels, it would it would just die. It wouldn't work. I think Mindy and Square remember this the most. Yeah, Square would help me with making the plush things. The beginning steps, the tracing, and the I don't need to pin that one. The tracing out and cutting out is like the longest process to me. It takes forever, and I'm gonna show you. I have them all right here. So I've been making a bunch of masks, because masks are important. You gotta protect yourself. And yeet. Okay, I'm not gonna put it on. I'm just showing you. Oh, I have one I can put on. Hold on. This is my own custom one I made for myself. So it's got headbands on the back, so it goes around your head and not just over your ears, because it hurts. I know this because I made the same mask, like pattern, 2 years ago, because I needed to wear something over my face so I would stop inhaling the fibers from the fur I was shaving, because it just hurt, made my nose itchy, my throat itchy, and I didn't want to get sick. And yeah, because you can get sick by having all this stuff inside your system. Because it's basically pieces of plastic going all around and scratching you up. And that's no bueno. Hold on. You gotta stay there. Okay. Nice. This is the side I believe I have to sew. If you are unsure, it's okay to look back at your pattern to double check. Actually, oh, the instructions here. I can just look at those. So I can show you guys the little diagrams too. They're fun. Tis big. Look at this. No fan, stop. Over here. Ta-da! I'm trying. It shows you how to sew the head of the teddy bear. It looks confusing, but it's really not. Stitching, stuffing, satin stitch. That was the thing with the nosy. I feel I'm missing a paper. I am missing something. It only goes up to 5. That's okay, as long as I have this. So I've got this one. Hold on. It's probably just better if I take out the patterns yet again. That's alright. The closing ceremonies for this con are at 10:30, I believe. No, that's the wrong thing. They're at 10:30. So that is okay. We do have time. Okay, sew along this side for the head. But yeah, I miss when Square would help me out. And I remember one time there was going to be a Christmas market at a school that their mom works at. My mom is also a teacher. And so they knew each other, even though Square and I became pretty good friends before they knew each other, if that makes any sense. And I've known Square for a very, very long time. Okay. I know how this works. Go away. Okay. And since they were going to have a little Christmas market going on at their place, Square and I were able to get a booth, and we're like, let's make... Oh, that's why I made the potatoes in the first place. Because, like, let's make... Because I made a giant potato out of it as a joke. And I was like, this is going to be the Christmas potato. And I made a bunch more tiny ones because I just had a bunch of brown left over. Because it was winter time and it was cold at Christmas market. So that means that people were going to be interested in things to keep them warm. So I decided to make a ton of hats. Like so many hats. And actually, I was able to sell one of those hats last year at Foix, but in person. But it was during the one time I wasn't at my booth. So I was like, gosh dang. Okay, body front. I need to sew this part. Hold on. I don't know. I gotta look at it. I know how the arm works. You can go in there. The head, I've got that done. The back of the head, I mean. Mindy says that they have gotten a seam ripper a while back, and it has saved so much time than just using scissors. Yep. A seam ripper is like the best thing you could use whenever you make a mistake or need to fix something that you see is off. Okay, this is where the legs go. something that helps if you need to visualize it is actually, you know, holding it up like this. This is the back. This is body back. This is the front. Oh, okay, the dart is there, so that way you can make it smaller and have this one fit here. Front. So, I need to be sewing where the little triangles are. Okay. I'm just going to put a pin in sideways so I remember. This is where I need to keep it open while I'm sewing. These are fine. Oh, I forgot to trace the other ear. That's what I was supposed to do. Ah, I've been caught. Okay. Oh, I got sidetracked. Masks. I've been making a bunch of masks. I'll show this one. It's got kitty cats. Yay, kitty cats. Mindy, I remember when the streams would die. I've been making a bunch of masks, and the thing that takes the most is cutting the inside fabric and the outside fabric, then pinning them together, and then I can finally sew. It takes so long. But it is worth it because not only does it function in the correct way, by correct way I mean that it's not too light. It is like the fabric. You're able to breathe through it. You can still hear me through this, which is important, which means that I can still breathe through it too. If I blow hard enough, I don't feel any air come out at all, in the slightest. Which is good, because that's how it's supposed to be. Not that I am saying everyone who makes masks is bad. No, they're doing their best. And they're trying their best with the knowledge that they have. And I commend them for that. I'm just going to wear this now. I put it on, I'm going to wear it now. Until I get tired. I don't need to wear it though. But I'm wearing it. Ooh. And it took forever to make these masks. And right now it's really tough because getting your hands on materials is not so easy. I've seen pictures of just Walmarts with their fabric aisles completely empty, all gone. Elastic is so hard to find right now, which is essential for making a mask that you can wear around you. You can use string and tie it around you, but you might be finicking with it a bit more. And if you do make a mask, it has to be double layered, not just one layer. And not like the dust masks with like, you know those anime masks that you see with like the ooh face and blushies and like teeth. I don't know, anime stuff. I've just seen them. They're usually black and they have the thing printed on them. Those are not safe enough for you to go outside. Those are called dust particle masks. It's only for over there, or sorry, I say over there because I'm thinking of like Japan and China, where like there's a lot of pollution, air pollution and dust, construction going on. So it's called a dust particle mask to help you not inhale that dust. It's not going to help you keep spit and other stuff away, because if you blow hard enough, you'll feel all the air come out, and it's not good. You can wear it as long as you have another filter within it, but I don't think many people know how to install one of their own. Like by hand, by sewing it in, like taking apart that mask and then adding that other piece in there that you require, that is needed. The one bad thing I'll say is it fogs up my glasses, but it's not too bad because my glasses have an anti-fog thing on them, so it goes away pretty fast. Alright, I'm talking too fast. I needed to breathe. Oh yeah, with this one I don't need to wear a mask. Since I remember, it's called Cuddle Minky, but it's more like a faux fur, but it's really soft and I really like it. And I'm really glad we chose this one for the excuse me, for the plush because I really wanted to make something out of this one, and if I was gonna do the other ones, I would have to wear this mask or the other one I've made. Just because I was gonna be having to cut faux fur fibers, and wouldn't want him flying all over in my face. I probably should take this off now. Let me take this off. The way I made mine, they go around. I'm not sure you can see. They go around your head like this. They can go above your ear, or they can go on top of your head like the cool kid you are. It still holds as long as it's pressing up against your face, keeping your nose and your mouth covered, and it goes around your neck, and it's very comfortable. The elastics I chose that I saved up for and looked for are very comfortable, and I sent out a bunch of them yesterday. I didn't go in person to the post office because I was busy doing getting ready for the live stream and updating some stuff. But also, I get very tired really easily going outside. So, also I can't drive yet. I need the driver's license. And how am I gonna get driver's license right now when everything's closed and I don't have a working vehicle? Because everyone, okay, I remember the reason why I haven't gone is because everyone who works here has to use the vehicles, and the vehicles keep breaking down over here, and it sucks, like, why is this happening? Because they're old cars, and I don't have a car to practice with often enough to be comfortable with it, to just go out on a whim and like, hey, let me get my driver's license. So yeah, it's fine though. So they got delivered. That's the cool thing. They were to get delivered. I got tracking numbers, which I think is super important right now too. The mail is kind of slow. Which reminds me, if you do buy a teddy bear, if you do buy the yellow or blue ones, which are up here, if you buy those, or if you buy this one that I'm making right now with you guys, I will be giving a tracking number for sure, and putting insurance on it, because I do not want this thing to get lost. If it does, that's what the insurance is for, and things are taking a lot longer to send out because not a lot of people are working at the same time, which is good because we only need the essential workers out. I think right now my state has been, I guess, I don't know how to say, unlocked. Where people are allowed to go out and do whatever. But when the last time I went out to go help grocery shopping, because people were very busy with work and I had to go out and help grocery shop. This is a family of like 7, so I like to go help push the carts and get everything. It makes it a lot more faster if you're doing it as a team. I went with my husband to go grocery shop, and I was getting so anxious and distraught because people weren't wearing their masks right or at all. And when you're out in public, this has been washed and clean. Don't take off your mask. We were out ordering something from where he works, and they couldn't hear the girl, so she just took her mask off while she was ordering for the takeout food. And I was like, excuse me, you come up here and you You're obviously the only one with your friend, all your friends in the car. She got down from the car uh, to, I guess, order food. Come order the food. And she's the only one with a mask, and she comes and takes it off. And I was like, excuse me? Wait, you're not doing it right. And it was stressing. And then there was workers at the grocery store. You see them, they're wearing their masks. They're the surgical masks, not these ones. Not handmade ones. And there are people outside monitoring, watching you. All standing outside for some reason. They have workers outside. And one of them comes up, just takes it off like this, pulls all the way down, just starts, casually walking, making their way to the other coworker to talk to them. I'm like, no, you just walked outside where there's, more people. And you did the thing. So that was when we were first walking into the store. I was like, what's going on? And then I saw a worker like this, their nose exposed and the whole mask down here, but their nose is exposed. And I'm like, that's not how you wear a mask. That's or some people having it just around their like, I guess sort of on their ears, but on their neck, like not even wearing them. Like, there's a lady with her kiddo, and the kiddo was wearing the mask just fine. But she saw one of her friends or something down the street, and not down the street, down the aisle, and she takes off her mask to talk to her friend. And like, your kid is doing it right. You're teaching your kid wrong. It's making me so upset that people weren't wearing their masks right, and I'm just not gonna go outside anymore for a while. That was the one time I went out while all this was going on. Put this away. We are almost done pinning. The pinning is, like I said earlier, to make sure everything doesn't scooch around while I'm sewing it. We will get to the sewing part. I will mute my microphone while I sew because it does tend to be a bit loud, and I don't want to hurt your ears. But I'm very accustomed to my sewing machine, and I know how it works, and I feel confident in this material, so it will be something pretty fast. Before I do that, though, I will have to trace out the other parts for the ears and the feet. I don't remember. Did we want paw pads or no paw pads? Please let me know if we did or didn't. I have white, minky, and fleece. I think fleece would be the better one. And I have black, minky, and the black velvet. I don't have them here to show because they're off somewhere. But if I do paw pads like on Jasmine, I will have to do them off camera because it will take a little while to hand sew those on. I wish I had, I guess one of my goals is to have an embroidery machine, so that way I can be able to embroider eyes on. Like you can design them yourself, and you can embroider the eyes on with a specific pattern. You could put little stars in their eyes. Just make them look super cute. And it looks more professionally done, like even more than I guess I already do. And you can use it for embroidering nosies, that little face thingy, the mouth, MOUF. I guess I can just cut these out twice. I didn't trace the ear again the second time, but I think it's okay. No, I probably should. It'll be really fast. I'm almost done pinning this arm. Second arm. The arms are like my favorite thingies. I think we agreed on just a normal teddy bear. If I were to do more arms, I would have to trace them out. But I don't know how I would sew that onto the bear. Besides, like, I guess just the sides of them. But it would look kind of strange too at the same time. But we are nearing the sewing stage, which is my favorite part. And you guys will get to see my sewing machine full of stickers from lots of artists that I enjoy and support. Speaking of which, I have some stickers on there by Puka, who is a dealer. You can find them on the dealer page. We were supposed to room together at this con, and we had fun last time, even though it was a bit stressful with, for some reason, they couldn't get the names right, but it was fine. And we looked after each other, me in the artist alley, and Puka in the dealer's den, but the artist alley would open way earlier than the dealer's den, and close way later than the dealer's den as well. So I was selling for a lot longer, and I would rarely take breaks, which was hard. The first day it was fine. It was on Friday. When did I arrive? Oh, I arrived on a Thursday, and they had the opening ceremony on Thursday, and I was like, oh, I can sell on Thursday for a little bit. Like, I had just found out it's first come first serve. That's why the artist alley is free, but because it's first come first serve, you have to make sure that you are able to get a spot. And I didn't do Thursday because I actually brought my sewing machine so I could work on a client's paw order. I'm gonna say paw because it was hand paws and feet paws, but I didn't bring the correct foam for the feet paws, and I felt so bad about that. But the person kept telling me, like, oh, when are you gonna be done? When are you gonna be done? I'm like, I'm literally going up right now to my room to go sew. And then while I was at my booth, I was hand sewing all the little stuff I needed to, and it was pretty tough because, oh wait, I'm gonna sew, but not these parts. Okay. It was tough because they kept going to me every couple of hours. Yeah, every couple of hours, and asking me if I was done, and I'm like, don't you see I'm right here selling my stuff? I have to I made things specifically for this convention to sell. I can't be working on your item right now at this instant. And it sucked because the person was not letting people at my booth, because at that artist alley it's pretty close. So I'm gonna say it's like this much space, right, that I have to vend, and like at most 2 people can stand in front of me and look at my work and see it, and they were kind of there taking up the whole booth and not letting other people come look at my merchandise. And I was like, I know you want this to be fixed, or sorry, not fixed, to be done, but I can't finish it right now, and you're kind of stressing me out because I'm not able to sell much because you are taking up space at my booth. It wasn't just one person, it was 2 individuals who were both kind of doing the same thing, but they had no relation to one another. And it was so stressful that I remember I was talking to Puka about it, like, what do I do? Because it's not the dealer's den. I can't, like, find someone to talk to, or like they can keep out of your way. But they had some security people, I can't remember, but I don't remember actually trying to, like, I think I thought about trying to talk to one of them, but I wasn't even sure who was the staff member, so I didn't get to do that. It does fall under harassment that they were bothering me so much, and one of them brought their paw to me, the old one, because I was making a new set because one of their claws fell out, and I'm like, okay, it's a small hole. I can fix this hole right at the tip of your finger, and I had thread there in case anyone needed any fixings on their costumes. I would do it for free, or depending on how large of the thing you would need to be fixed, I would charge like I don't know, like $5 to fix this big old hole on your foot or something. But I did it for them for free because I'm like, I'm making your paws and they're not done yet, so I'll just sew it real quick. I'll do it for free. And that was, I think, the second day, and it was a 4-day. It's a 4-day con. I arrived Thursday, but they do opening ceremonies on Thursday and have some stuff going on. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday is when you go home, and like things end Monday morning, like the last rave and everything they have. And wow, there's a lot of floof. I might have to wear my mask. I did not expect there to be so much floof. Let me finish this. I have my self-healing cutting mat right here, but I do not need it. I'm just leaving a little bit of seam allowance because when I sew it, it will kind of gather together, and you want to have some seam allowance on the inside of the plush so that way it's not right on the edge, and it can come apart easier. That's what the seam allowance is for. Oh no, there's floof everywhere. Yep, okay, time to wear my mask. Oh no, I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. But yeah, I was so tired of that convention. But this year I wasn't doing any big orders. I wasn't gonna have like at con due date stuff. Like I said, I'll do my best to have it done by the convention, but I can see how it can be misinterpreted as I can finish it by the convention. Wait, so I'm not doing that anymore. I have updated my TOS about harassment, because I have been harassed more than once, sadly. Let's see, all the floof that can go. But look how pretty. I like this. Hey, Shane. Oh yeah, and how are you supposed to get a job right now with everything going on? The only, I guess, job you could do where you're still safe at home is, I guess, live streaming, artwork. Because I remember you had a job, Mindy, like tutoring stuff, but schools are closed down. That's not your fault. I had a job once. It was worse than high school. Okay, I just need to cut out the gusset, but I will do the gusset afterwards. We got our ears, see? There's scraps. Do you want to see all this floof this falls off? Let's see. It's just a little bit. Maybe because this was on the edge. But there's now floof all over. Like very small pieces. And I do not want to inhale that. It's not safe for my lungs. I need this still. But yeah, sadly, I have had a bunch of encounters with very, very pushy customers for custom items. And because of that, though, because of that experience, I learned how to, I guess, deal with that. I wish I didn't have to learn that way, but I was able to properly update my terms of service. Yeah, I think some got in my mouth. Well, before. I may need to drink some water, which I left behind the computer. Oh, you know what? I gotta... Okay, so this is what the head will look like. Sides of the head together. It looks pretty cool. And it's all going down one direction equally. Let me get my sewing machine up. Put the table away. Or, I guess, fold it down. I can't really put the table away. And, oh, heck. I have to trace the velvet. I almost forgot. Then we can get on with this. How's it going? I'm doing pretty well. I'm enjoying sewing this. Or, I'm not even sewing. I'm enjoying live streaming again. I haven't gotten a live stream in a while. And, it's fun. And we're all making a teddy bear together. Which is great. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna fold this right now. Get these. Put the last of my patterns away. If you don't have like a little thing like this and you printed out the patterns yourself online from someone who sells patterns, or it was a free to use pattern, it's smart to put them in either in an envelope or a Ziploc bag and label it, or like what I have a whole binder full of patterns with the plastic insert thingies. I don't know what they're called, but you put plastic in it. Okay. We've got to use the wrong side. What I would do, or used to do, which is probably why I have a lot of fabric, is I would get thrifted clothes, which is the bears I used to have. I did sell them and stuff, but these were pants, but they're huge, and I would get them in the big sizes, and I would use that material because it was clothes that were thrifted. No one else was really going to use them, especially the really huge sizes. Very few people would use the big sizes, and I'd use that to make my stuff, which is really good and cheap compared to, I guess, ordering like actual velvet online. So that's why I have my hands on this stuff, but it's still really nice. Oh, so I think this one has some spandex in it because it's stretchy, and it makes tracing it a bit harder, so I have to do it in dots, lines. But we are getting to the sewing stage right after I cut these out. Super excited. Heck yeah. And the ears. Okay, got that. Now I need the ears. I'm just checking this real quick. Okay, I'm just making sure everything's updated on the FWA Discord, so that way I can be able to do things. Yay! That took a while. Okay. We're at 8:45, and that's good. It took me like an hour to just kind of set up the stream. I was making sure I could hear it and stream to both channels at the same time. And I did not get to post this to Instagram yet, but I don't really know how, because you need to put a picture and then the description, but it doesn't mean everyone's always going to read the picture, or sorry, always going to read the description. I don't understand. I am getting pretty tired of standing though. I have no chair that is tall enough for this. I will be moving the computer over this way. It doesn't look like that to you, but I'll be moving it around, and so that way I'm able to sit on the edge of my bed to be able to sew more comfortably for now. Yeah, I miss when we would play with Puka. Puka's also been having a hard time since the consoles have been canceled. So it's like, and if you make most of your income where you know, you sell things in person, we know Puka has an Etsy shop, but you make more sales in person because people are able to actually physically see the item, and it kind of in a way, when you're able to physically see the item in person and hold it and see it, it kind of makes you want to buy it even more. No! Lasagna! There's no timer. I hope the lasagna is okay. Okay, I think I only need this many. It's probably not smart, but I have an old X-Acto blade where my pins go, and I see how it can be spooky. But I mean, I see it and I make sure just not to pick it up, because I don't really have another place to put it for right now, and I don't know if I can just throw them away. I'll figure it out though. I will see if I can figure out a way to play some music for you guys while I sew, because I do need a break from standing. Okay. I do need a break from standing, and I need to get some water, and I'll probably put something in the oven so I can eat it later too, because I have not eaten dinner yet. Oh yeah, oh gosh, I forgot to say, the artist alley was cool, except for the interactions that I had with the clients, which I don't want to do business with any longer. They're on my blacklist. They were kind. They were good people. It's just they were so pushy about the product. And the thing is, I can't really. I asked around. I'm like, do I write a beware? What do I do? I can't really do much because it all happened in person. So it's really just my word versus theirs. Some people did see what was going on, and I was talking to them and telling them what was going on. So I do have people who can account for it. And one of my new friends I made, she was sitting right across from me too, and saw how exhausted I looked, and I was just so tired and so stressed that I didn't really enjoy the con, but because of the people, it made me sad. So I was hoping that this year I'd at least have a better time, because I still wanted to vend, but I wasn't gonna do it all 4 days, because that also killed me. I was so tired. It was from, I'd wake up at 6, take a shower, get ready, get all my stuff ready, because I had to carry it all in a box by myself, down, wait for the elevators, make sure it wasn't elevator con, so that's why I woke up really early, I took some bars, some snack bars for lunch, and I had Scooby snacks. Graham crackers are good. And I had to, and then I'd go sit down in the line and wait until they opened so I'd be down by the latest 7, and I'd start leaving at like I wanted to be down by 6:30, the latest 7, so I could be able to get in line. Because there were only like 100 people in, and hold on, I need to concentrate because I do not want to cut myself. When cutting, you want to move your body, but also make sure your hands are in a safe distance away when using an X-Acto blade or box cutter. Or I know there's some makers who just use the blade itself, but not for like an X-Acto blade, like a paper cutter blade thing. I don't know what it is. And they just use that to cut directly like that. So that way they have full control of it, but I don't think I can do that. I need a handle. I need something. And depending on the material, you may have to go over it 2-3 times. But that's also why I think it's easier. Because a new blade every time is easier to cut your material with and more reliable. But you are also more prone to cuts. Hold on. Okay. I need to see where I started cutting. But yeah, I wanted to have fun at this fois. But, I mean, I'm having fun during the online stuff. I really wanted Square. I remember I was talking to Square. I'm like, I want you to come to the con with me. I really want you to come to the con. But we couldn't figure out how. Because Square's all the way in Texas. And I'm over here in Georgia now. And Square has a fear of heights. So it's like, oh, I don't know about airplanes though. Okay. I'm gonna start putting this away. And I'm gonna take a break. Well, after I guess I'm gonna sit down and figure out how to. Oops. Figure out some music I can put on for you guys. Gotta move my sewing machine up. But by the time I come back, it's gonna be like 5 minutes ish. By the time I come back, hopefully it'll be around 9 o'clock, and I think I can live stream the closing ceremonies right here with me, so that way I can keep live streaming and looking at the ceremonies at the same time. Or so you guys can also watch the ceremonies at the same time as me. Hold on. Checking something out. Okay. Alright, cool. I got some monies because I sold some Furbies. Money. I'm fine. I'm just tired from standing for a while. How long has it been? Hold on, let me actually check. I don't need that on. I need this on. Audio frequency. What is this? I don't know. Airplanes, boats, and sometimes cars. Just about everything. Yeah. It's the same. It depends on the vehicle too. Like if you know there's a difference between if it's a really old rickety vehicle or a brand new one. or how big the vehicle is, how tall it is, all this kind of stuff. Okay. But I will take a seat, and I'm going to turn this way. Yay, you get to see all my mess. It's okay. I cleaned it up, actually. It's actually not as dirty as it was before. I say dirty, but I mean just crowded. Because I had masks all over the place and stuff all over the place. Okay, let's move this over here. When I'm stuffing the bear, I'll go back to the other side. Oof. Here we go. I can sit. Actually, wires are stuck. Oh, dang. Trying to be tangled. Okay. I think commissioning things is really tough because you have to advertise yourself, but know which community to advertise yourself on. And if you do advertise yourself, it has to be on multiple things so you can gain more viewership, which is why so many different companies also have a lot of different social medias. I'm so tired. Hold on. Let's put this over here. I need it to show my sewing table more. Alligator. Let's set that there. Oh, now you can't even see the alligator. How about tired? Stay hydrated. I'm gonna try. Okay. I'll put on my headphones. I don't really need this to be plugged in. Oh wait, yes I do. So that way I can hear the music stuff, which I need to fix first before I set it all the way over. Alrighty. Just go sideways for a bit. Oh yeah, we all forgot. I'm so sorry for the weird lighting right now. I'm taking a break. Oh wait, we can go to the chillin' one. Here, that one. Heck yeah. What is this? I can't even read what this says down here. It's so tiny. Bread? Oh yeah, when Bread gave me 10. That was such a long... That was... last year? Wow. Someone wanted to commission me yesterday, but they refused to receive an invoice, which gives me more safety in case they do a chargeback. So I had to refuse their business. Yeah, it's sad, but you have to do that in order to make sure that, you know, they're not gonna just take the art and run off with your monies.